Chapter 55. Here are your answers to these questions. See these questions answered, and be well serving of my answers, as my scribe will open this to you. Be responding to my words in your hearts, and remove the darkness of lies that have caused you many doubts of your own being. Tell yourselves, now is the time to open to the truth of who we are and settle with the denials you have been carrying in you for many lives, as this only needs to be stopped, as all will soon be shared by all. Be serving evidence now yourselves, and serve your own answers. Who I am is healing your seeing of our rivals. Many have the belief that God is a mystical being who created earth in 7 days. These words are a creation of Lucifer, who wanted to reduce you to fear me and control your beliefs. This heals as we will make our presence known on earth. Then you can decide for yourselves what you need to open to you as all is revealed. Be serving your truth. And this is all I can ask you to open to, and then see the rest unravel. Now many have asked me where I come from. We are living now on a large ship as big as the moon ship. Be certain all this truth will soon be well shared and well explained as we arrive and show you this truth. How we made our ships and our pyramids are all things we will share with you as we remove the demons who have well concealed themselves on earth in bodies and who will open to these times with our way of removing them. These troubles are many, and they are the ones who made up these lies to stop you from opening to us. And once they are removed, we can begin to open to each other as was our plan a long time ago when we lived on earth. These ways of living were much different, as all had what they needed and lived lives they wanted to live. But all has been corrupted on earth, as it settles with many lies. Questions about time cannot be answered, because this is a serving construct of earth only, and we do not serve these ways. Be seeing how these times are about our responding moment to an action that causes our limit of acceptance to earth dealings with war and harm. There is an answer to events only, and not to minutes and seconds, as this is control over people's lives. We do not serve time this way. Our way of dealing with needs, opportunities, and free will does not have time to better settle with feelings and actions. That, to us, is a response to slavery and abuses, as this only removes a person's desires to act as needed and as necessary to deal with what is important. And what is important answers to who we are, as we all follow our hearts and unite this way with the universal laws. Be serving this as you may, but understand we are beings who have lived a very long time, and we are past these constructs of time. Be well answered by understood ways, settling with these ways, and be settled with us, as these ways are removed from our understandings and dealt with denials. Be well answered by our settled ways, and be well settling with earth ways, as these ways only exist on earth, and nowhere else in the universes. Lucifer has constructed a method of imprisonment with controlled time for everything, and with others are manufacturing events to create fear, to answer to his psychopathic needs for feeding from your fears and abuses. This is why when a response to an awakening occurs, that the life behaviors of abusers begin to be many. As a being awakes from earth lies, then he or she becomes hunted by the possessed humans who stop causing terrible troubles to stop the awakening and causing torment, as these whores love to create torment for unsuspecting humans. This awakening time for humans is opening because the soul evolves through all situations, whether abuses, hardships, and good experiences. But the evolution always continues, and Lucifer may see these ways and add more ways to better abuse people as you see more and more on earth. Only healing can overturn these renewed abuses, and these ways are possible for all people on earth. Understand, you are his prisoner, and he is your demon master. as these dregs are seen by all of us who are ready to have this devil removed from earth. His truth about who we are not correct, and have been well manipulated to make our present return unacceptable to humans, as many believe we're dangerous and coming to harm or take over Earth. These lies are well orchestrated since the beginning of this long-established plan to open to death and Earth answers by Lucifer. Be seeing this, Lucifer has only enemies from many planets and universes because he causes this kind of abuses wherever he goes. We believed he was exterminated by a group of good souls who were living on Earth, but these souls were entrapped and changed by him, and we call them the fallen ones who became his army. These souls are now divided into many bodies of Earth, and are, as you call them, demonic possessions. These souls choose where they wish to live and who they wish to possess. These demons attack another soul until it is submissive to them by allowing their body to serve as a host body. Many humans who seem ill, but always alive, are in a possession serving. The body would not live unless this demon is removed. These demons manipulate the people around them to cause enslavement of their needs to them and cause a life of servitude to a needy person. These are possessions and some are pieces of demons seemingly not harmful, but uses another person to serve them and never allowing them to open to who they wish to be and actualizing their lives. All of this is said in old writings of religious books, but these books are also corrupted as all is on earth. The truth will surprise many and deal with all the denials answering to lies and deceptions. When we arrive, all other questions will be answered with proof. Now about the questions of animals and people. See this as answering to souls divided into pieces and used as multiplications of many other bodies. These ways have used lies to better say animals have no soul, to be diminished, well serves to stop their healing. As these ways are also cause for people to eat other humans, as you are all soul being, human or animal. Think of this as another deception opening to many more lies and many more better settling deceptions about animals being slaves to humans. And humans answering to eating flesh soul from others who have been divided against their own will to suffer atrocities even greater than humans do by the hands of humans. These ways will heal as you begin to see the workings of the division of souls and how this has caused so much more trouble for these souls to heal. Understand that awakenings can be a reason for Lucifer's response to dividing your soul, as he tries to stop your awakening if your soul is still in one piece. These pieces will all come together as you begin to heal. See how this part of healing will be so amazing for those who are divided. These truths and many more are difficult to accept, as many of you have been so troubled by these torments for so long, but all will heal. All can heal, and all healing starts with our rivals. Know now this. The question about our settling answers to our ways will be yours to see, as I have described this before in previous writings by my scribe. But know we are many, and Lucifer is one. And he has nothing more to do as he is concerned by us, and all his grey are destroyed by our responses to their actions. Death heals some better than living their lives out on earth, because they are not whole and some are pieces that need to return to the parental soul body. These ways are difficult to accept, but understand I have great love for every person and animal on earth, and I want you all to heal and open to answers to truth, and consequently trust in my love for all of you. Now you may ask more questions this way, and I will answer them as necessary. See how all becomes unraveled as we begin the sorting. See how many people will answer to their death overdue by illnesses or repeated drug uses that would normally kill anyone, but is kept alive by a demon that lives there. See how your social problems are increasing with the tolerance of drugs that are prescribed or not, and better serving to cause a body to be a better recipient for a possession thief. These are seen by us very easily, and many will say these people are only ill and understandings are to save them or care for them. But the renewing part never comes, as the demon loves to be served and obeyed. They use any means to do this, with pity, with torment, with guilt, with lives dedicated to serve them. Any way they can use to find their next host through all these denials. Know now how this will appear to you when we begin this sorting. We'll go to hospitals, to homes for the elderly and places for the handicapped, and we will begin to free them from their demonic possessions. Some will be healed, and others will choose to leave to better incarnate back to themselves as they will awaken. This will free their serving slaves from the denial of dedicating their lives to another who only abuses them by using their life sources. These understandings will better settle with you once these denials are understood. All will become better settling with themselves and opening to their own time of evolution. Be ready and see how all transformations begin to be dealt with. An answer to yourselves as all starts with our truth and our answers to answers. Be ready and see all be as I said. And know, I will continue to answer your questions as my scribe sees this as better use for you. Now go and be yourselves. God, received on August the 11th, 2012, by Za. Note 2020. Through the blog newtimesonearth2012.blogspot.ca, God invited the readers to ask questions that he could answer with my help. All comments were disengaged, and I could not see or show the questions. So, God, hearing the questions himself, chose to continue answering them, and I published them. Also, many visits to my blogspot disappeared. Note 2020. I am not certain how this reflects to our present situation with the pandemic. Chapter 56. Many questions are being asked. Be ready and settle with earth ways as all starts and as all becomes well-serving. Be ready to open understandings with us as we tell you who we are, as we are not the called archons. We are archi, and the archons are the fallen ones who once served with us. Be seeing how these ways of naming our kind is only used on earth, and elsewhere we are called the Elohim. The angels from above are said to beings of light, who are seeing all and answering to calls of help from many planets. Be settled by these words now, and see serving responses to evidence of our truth. Be well answered now, as many questions are asked. See this now. The Slave Lake, Alberta, Canada incident was orchestrated to better open to the future king and queen to another form of weaponry new to Earth and easier to destroy many without any troops. These ways, as seen, are well established to serve with the actions of the military of the UN and NATO countries who ask about their understood times of attacks. These lasers are harmful to all people on Earth, as these fires can burn so many places without any military troops on the ground. Because it is only fire. All these areas will be renewed by nature and opening the way for the Agenda 21 plan. By the time these plans can occur, we will be walking the Earth and these satellites will no longer exist. Better Bridging Truth will answer this as all is seen. Now about the question of our ways of travel and serving living on a small orbiting planet. We are on a ship, round like a planet, moving and orbiting like seeing asteroids, but it is a ship and we have the technologies to do this. At the time of Earth's beginning, we lived on Earth and it was a paradise until we gave it to be managed by another who became used by Lucifer. These stories are unknown to many, but Lucifer conquered Earth and tricked our angels to serve with him by using methods to answer to healing, but he changed it into transforming these angels into beast and man bodies and made them to become slaves to him. These angels were not able to free themselves from these transformations as they were changed by these genetic manipulations and horrific bodies of beasts and men. This Lucifer gleefully answered with written hieroglyphs on the pyramids, and this was made to cause us to retaliate. And so we did, by shifting the earth, causing floods and ice age, as you call it. Be settling with this truth and see how this will only open to many more renewed understandings of Satu's seeing, as we will explain these episodes of true history to you as we begin these explanations together. Landing on Mars questions are curious to us, as this has been done already by the dealers of Earth settlers. Understand what you ask is telling us that you are not knowing about Mars. Mars was the planet all truth came from until it was destroyed by Lucifer, and these troubles are seen now on Earth. Be seeing that Mars heals, but healing these kinds of destruction takes a very long time. It is rumored that people have been colonizing Mars with underground terraces and tunnels, but healing visits are not seen anywhere by us, and only a few Earth ships have landed there. No Satu beings wish to go there, as nothing serves on Mars anymore. The ones who live there were the settler groups who visit with, and now we're working with them through the universal laws. They now live on other planets, as only a few escape the destruction of this ancient planet. Now the question about death. Death is not terminating all consciousness of the soul, as some parts are serving some memory and some reaction to stimuli of life experiences. These are the ways all serves when a person knows how to do something without knowing how it was learned. These innate memories are actually repeated actions from another life and not a genetic trait from DNA imprints. Be serving this truth as memory is recovered. No, this is easily done by us, as we can heal all illnesses and all shut off knowledge serving all humans and animals. Be ready to settle with earth ways, as all heals with many more truth and better seeing. Know this with us, as these answers are only a few of the questions that have been asked. Better settle ways open to us, and we're settling with many who are renewing with our truth of who we are. Be dealing with a way of denials as all starts changing and becoming seen by all who are ready to answer to answers at the time of our arrivals. Know this now, as many more trusted ways of great truth at the seeing of our ships in the sky, and be certain we will not harm anyone, but we will remove all serving whores who cause harm unto others, and who do not answer to our ways. Better to be welcoming us than to continue down the path of destruction with these demons and so these ways as Mars did a long time ago. See to it that you have many more truths to open to and deal with, as all unravels and truth is exposed and changes all. We will answering to many more coming truth. Now, many more questions answered served understandings. Be ready. God, received on August the 12th, 2012, by Za. Chapter 57. I am answering your questions. Nephilim blood types. Who are the Elohim? Who are we? We are the ones who are serving many with our seeing and our answers to better life in all places. We are the believers in peace and openness to truth and fairness of life. We are the ones who are settling with the death ways on earth, as users of these reincarnations on earth are no longer serving humans, as the healing ways are only serving in some. Better trust will show you who we are, and better serving and understanding's answers to many who are seeing how all heals on earth. Be ready and share knowledge with us, and settle with earth ways. We are the ones who opens the universal laws to many other beings in all planets visited who are ready to meet with us. Earth has been our cherished place to visit, But all was changed when Lucifer took it over, and all will be changed once he's removed with all his creatures of fear and aggression. Be well knowing how all starts with us, and see to it that we heal all with our truth and our bridging ways of great answers and to evidence. Better to be with us than to be with these demons, as they are settling with many others to answer to, but they can only open to responses with destruction. Be well serving of our time to answer you. Be well serving of our time to answer you and settle with earth ways, as none of these ways will renew with you. Now tell yourselves all understandings will open well, and all truth will respond to all who are used to answer to many more truth. Be certain these truths will serve you, and many others will begin to be settling with you, as you see this for what it is. Be well prepared to answer to answers, serving all who renew without ways. Be willing to open many to many more serving ways, in evidence of our ways as all becomes well serving and well dealt with and served. Be responding to our time of great truth as all starts. Be ready to read these words now. As we begin the sorting, we will see who have Nephilim blood in them and those who do not. The Nephilim blood is changed blood by Lucifer's manipulations and serves to answer to his ways, as these are ready to respond at any time to hearing his orders and acting on them. These ways of doing this cannot be well explained at this time of your scientific understandings, but the way these uses are, answers to control and actions controlled by Lucifer. Because these Nephilim blood service are more human than visibly Nephilim. They live amongst any family or workplace unsuspecting any differences in who they are. They can be kind, loving, and a good Samaritan and better answering to a normal human life. But what lives in them can be dangerous, as they can commit atrocities without any warnings and do things one could not suspect or imagine, because the body has ways of hiding this blood type and does not recognize it as different. This healing time on earth helps to rid these blood types from earth, as they do not belong and are dangerous, as Lucifer has gladly proved this with mass murderers and people who seem normal, who suddenly begin to kill others for no apparent reason. These ways of removing them will serve earth people, as these others are waiting for orders from their master without knowing they are his to use. Now that we are coming to earth to renew with our children, we must do all we can to create a new time on earth to heal the torment that was caused by these Nephilim blood types. These understandings will be difficult to accept, but ask us this after murders are committed and see these types better understanding what they have done by order of another. Settling with these types will be removals and relocation to heal these souls from this corrupting hook created by Lucifer. See how all this serves to change these ways and these responses to a life, renewing with only evil and with more troubles, as these kinds follow no law and no rules, and answer only to their master. Healing these pieces of soul will be very long, and will better serve with removals and more trusted living ways. Be certain you will see these living differences as these kinds are removed to go to a place of healing. God understands that some of these beings appear very good and very kind, but, as I said, we know of their capabilities to commit atrocities, and earth was not made to serve these kinds. Be ready to answer to these understandings, as all must be dealt with, and as all used truth must be visited by actions to stop Lucifer's work of corrupting souls. Here is the thing to open to. better understanding of corrupted souls to answer to healing them the way they need to be healed. This helps these soul pieces to heal piece by piece, and hopefully in time they will come back as one or become extinct. Do you understand how important this is to heal Earth? Do you see that some of you must leave the good concept that everyone can be saved? Be seeing the truth about this as we do, and you will better understand our actions to cause a better healing for all serving beings on earth. These times are soon answered by our ways, and many will become well serving of our used truth. And be certain, if you are reading this does not include you, because you would have an aversion to my words. A question was asked about our dealt with Satu ways and how we became Satu. This question is difficult to answer as I have only a knowledge of my time and the before time the ancients speak about it, but beliefs are settling with these words. We were evidence of energy gathered in the Terran worlds, and we organized ourselves to open to the nature of our worlds as you believe you came to be on Earth. But these stories are untrue for Earth. We were told by the ancients that we traveled through space from planet to planet, believing in subtle ways. We encountered evil so great that we could not comprehend it. Soon we learnt this way and became changed until all of us were as they were, sharing in atrocities until subtle truth better answered all. We visited many who answered to these ways, and we were changed by our own hearts because these ways lived in us before. These are the imprinted truth that serves all good people on earth. Feeling this truth in you will open you to many more seeing and the settling of earth ways. Healing starts with understood ways easily used to answer to good health, long lives, and eternal values for you to experience. No, many more subtle ways will be shared. You will soon see how these answers are settling and renew with us as we arrive. God, received on August the 13th, 2012, by Za.